Hello everyone. We are going to be using the statistical program R this semester in statistics. And I've recorded this short video to give you an introduction to, well, not really an introduction to R, but to give you some instructions on how to set it up. You may have been able to do this just from looking at the text on Moodle, but if you need some additional help, then you can go through this video and it should help you. So first thing we're going to do is install R. Now you're going to find throughout this semester that Google is your best friend with respect to R. So let's go, and the organization is called CRAN, and we're just going to search for CRAN R, and we find the Comprehensive R Network. And then you can just click one of these to download R. Now R is the engine. We're not going to use R so much in terms of running it directly. Rather, we're going to go through R, and we're going to instead run R through RStudio. So let's go to Google again, look for RStudio. RStudio download might be good. This can be a little going around the rabbit hole bush or whatever. Learn. Yeah, so, oh, no, it went right to it. Okay, here we want RStudio desktop. We want the free version. I think if you're doing the pro and spending $9.95, it's if you are with a business and you have money to spend. For us poor folks, we just use the free. And you click on download, and then it gives you the instructions: install R, which we just did, download RStudio desktop, and it gives you all the choices. The first one's Windows 10, Mac OS, so forth. So you do that and you follow the instructions, and then when you're done, you go to you can go to your start menu, and you can look for RStudio. I just actually, on my computer, I type it in at the little bottom. There's this little thing at the bottom that lets you type stuff and it finds it for you, but it's with your programs. I'm not exactly sure how that works with a Mac, but you click on this RStudio, and then it goes into RStudio. Now I've got a bunch of programs already running. It's opened up to a blank screen, which is what it will do for you. This top screen is where you write your R code that you can save and run later. Down below here, this is called the console. And if you just ran R by itself, this is all you would get, the console. And you can do things like, okay, I don't know why that's not working. So 2 plus 2, and hit enter, and it gives you 4. So you can use it as a calculator. You can get results. Thing is, you can't save the code here. You just, it has no memory. You type in your codes, you get your answer, you can try out stuff. It has no impact on the stuff that's up here, and you go through. Now, I have given you a test program to start with. So if you look into Moodle, let's see, Moodle, Introduction to Stats, Topic 1, this is going to be an assignment. It's a quiz. And after you go through and follow these steps, then you'll take the quiz, answer the one question, and you'll be done. But so it says download RStudio, done that. Start RStudio, we've done that. Open the file, test setup, and copy it into the left-hand part of the thing. So let's download this, and here's our program. It's pretty short. And so we're just going to copy that. It's a little hard to see. Oops, wrong button. So we're going to copy this. Control-C, Control-V are also going to be your friends with RStudio. In the Mac, I don't know, whatever that equivalent is in the Mac, you're going to want to use those sorts of things because this is all about copying and pasting. You know, you stand on the shoulder of giants and do what people have already done to get your stuff to work. And that way you don't have to invent much on your own. But here we go into R. Now, we have our console down here. We have our environment, our programming up here. So we're going to paste. And now we've pasted our program in. And the way you run this program, first of all, if it's got a little hashtag in front, that's a comment. So install R and run this program. It should say R and RStudio. Install packages, tidyverse. Now, the first time you do this, I would get rid of the pound sign, and because you need it, this isn't a comment. You only have to do this one time. That's why I put it in and I comment it. But you install the package tidyverse, and let's do that. And the way you do that is you come here and you do Control Enter, and okay, so it doesn't want to do it again. And then to call it up and say, okay, this installs the package on your computer, and this tells RStudio you want to run it now. So again, Control Enter, and then it set it up. So notice down here, Library Tidyverse. It has recorded what you've written. Next, we're going to, and this is an optional thing, you don't have to do this, but set the column width for the output. I just did this so that when it prints out, it's wide enough to read, and probably won't really, this is not really necessary to do. But let's do it anyway. Control Enter, and then let's create some data. Now, I have created this variable df, which stands for data frame, and actually it turns out this data frame is just gonna be a vector. Probably not a very good name for it, df, but this is a sequence from 0 to 100 by 10. So let's do that. Control Enter. Now, oops, it says df, it did that, but it doesn't show you what it did. Although, if you come over here in this global environment, it'll say, here is your variable df. It's numerical, and it has values 1 to 11, and it's 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now, we can also see it over here if we hit Control Enter again, and then it puts it down in the command line. And then here we're going to do a summary, just some summary statistics. And you can see it says min, first quartile, median, third quartile, or median, mean, third quartile, and max. So it goes from 0 to 100, just like we asked for, and it gives you the quartiles. Now notice there's no standard deviation. We like standard deviations, so we're going to do Control Enter. This is a function. This is called a function. Sometimes people call them verbs, especially when you're doing tidyverse type code, which tidyverse is just an easy way, well, I don't know about easy, but it's a streamlined way of cleaning up your data. It's tidy data, cleaned up, neat, in the format that you want to use it. standard deviation for the data frame. Now, if we click here, Control Enter here, it's going to give us the standard deviation down here. And that's your quiz question. So when you are done here, you can exit out of it. It will ask you if you want to save it. I usually do. And you go to your setup quiz and you just basically take your quiz. It's one question. It's worth 10 points. Must be done by the start of class on Tuesday. And it will negatively impact your grade if you don't do it because quizzes are how you save yourself from tests. So do this and be prepared for class to be ready to go. And we'll cover R in much more detail and give you examples, and it should be fun. So I hope so. I think it's fun. Okay, that's it.